everybody, welcome. This is a classic Briolates workout, and the name of our workout today is called Remastering the Basics. Now, there's so many exercises in Briolates that we've done a million times. They're so fundamental, we learned them like first thing, and so we don't really pay them much mind anymore. So today we're going to strip down some of the most fundamental basic Briolates exercises to their most raw form. And we're going to, hopefully in that process, rediscover what we should be getting out of those exercises and force our minds to be present with the body. These are really basic, fundamental exercises, but we're going to hopefully be able to see them in a new light in today's workout. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to roll down to the mat. Great job articulating there through the spine. And let's bring the legs up to tabletop. We're going to warm into this with a couple of our classic warm-up exercises, starting by putting on our girdle of strength, okay, so our scoop, imprinting into the mat, anchoring ourselves into the floor with our arms as we squeeze the shoulder blades down and back. And then one at a time, we're just going to bring the toes toward the floor. They don't have to tap, but they're just moving in that direction. And we're going to see how much we can stabilize through the hips, through the pelvis, as the legs are moving. Make sure that you're scooping especially hard as the leg is coming down, because that's when the low back's going to want to pop up off of the mat. Good job. Just a couple more of these. Adding in the breathing pattern, inhale down, exhale up. All right, a little bit of a low back circle here. Then moving to the other side, same thing. All right, let's lower the legs down. We're gonna get right in here, starting with the ab prep. And we're still kind of in the warm-up phase, but we're going to use the ab prep to ease in to more of the active workout phase, okay? So normally we do the ab prep in this position, right? But today I want you to extend the legs all the way out to start with, because this helps us to kind of see the ab prep from a different angle. Now, in this position, it can be a little bit harder to imprint. So take a moment and find your imprint with the legs outstretched. You might have to fight through that low back to really get it to set down and imprint into the mat. Now reset your chin tuck. Reach the fingertips down for the bottom of the mat and inhale, prepare. Now exhale up, and I want you to come a little higher than you typically would on ab prep. So moving slowly, but finding that point where it's like you truly can't lift any higher. Hold here and just breathe. Inhale, exhale. Notice where the air is wanting to go. For me, it really wants to come right here into the belly, and I actively have to think about sending it into the rib cage and keeping the belly flat. Ooh, this is tough. Inhale. Exhale, take a look down at your belly if that's helpful. As you inhale, try to scoop even harder so you don't get that little pooch coming out. And release down. Okay. Now I know what I should be feeling on ab prep. Let's bend the knees, place the feet flat on the floor. And now we're going to do the ab prep in more of the traditional sense, but take all those concepts with us, coming up a little higher than we normally would, scooping really hard and being very mindful of the belly rising and falling. We want, if possible, to eliminate that altogether and keep the air into the rib cage. All right, resetting the imprint, inhale, prepare. Exhale, slide up slowly and steadily, rising maybe a tiny bit higher than you're used to on ab prep. Now inhale here at the top, no pooch. Exhale and articulate down one vertebra at a time. The top of your neck should be the last thing to touch. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, tuck the chin, Begin to roll. Fight for a little bit of extra height while scooping extra hard. Inhale here at the top into the rib cage. Exhale, peel back down, articulate through the spine. Feel each vertebra separately touching the mat. Inhale at the bottom. And exhale, lift. Scoop hard, draw that belly in toward the spine. Ooh, fight for a little bit of extra height. Inhale, hold here. And exhale, peel down. We've got one more. You're doing amazing. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, peel up to ab prep. Imagine that you're like vacuuming the belly in there toward the spine. Inhale, exhale, and release down. All right, fantastic work. Now from here, we're gonna move into the roll-up. Again, another really classic Briolates exercise, but one that we kind of stop paying attention to after a while. Now, I know for me, I struggle sometimes with the roll-up. So as I'm rolling up, I kind of have to sort of like fight through that little area. So for me, it's really helpful to have a rolled up towel that I can place back behind my lower back. And this helps tremendously with my smoothness and precision on the roll-up. So if you need that as well, you can go ahead and grab that. You want to get it right into where the low back, that lumbar spine curves in a little bit. That's where you want to set your towel. All right, now, again, normally roll up, we don't think much about it, we just roll up. Today, what I'd like you to do is glue your legs tightly together. So take the inner thighs, squeeze them hard as you can together. Same thing with your feet, okay? So your big toes should be touching and squeezing actively in together. All right, now, before we move up into the roll-up, I want you to take your arms back behind the head, and as you do this, do not let your rib cage rise up. Don't let your shoulders rise up. Bring the arms back to the center, okay? So inhale, arms come back as we lower the rib cage and lower the shoulders. Exhale, back to the ceiling one more time. Inhale, arms come back, lower the rib cage. Set the shoulders down into the back pockets and up. That's the feeling you should have every time you do the roll-up. Okay, so are the legs still pinched together? All right, let's reset that. Get the scoop in line. Arms come back, rib cage down, shoulders down. We're still scooped and imprinted. Arms come around and we begin to lift to the top. It starts out just like the ab prep. Go nice and slow so you can fight through every point along the way here and really feel this without using any momentum. We get to the top, arms come up overhead next to the ears, and now we tuck the tailbone under and return just the same way that we came up, right? Articulating through the spine, maintaining control all the way down, and it's a continuous flow. So as soon as the head touches down, the arms are on their way back again. Rib cage down, shoulders down, turn the palms, sweep around. I do want you to move this slowly because you'll notice it's harder when it's slow, right? Usually we use just a little bit of momentum through the roll-up, which makes it a bit easier. But having to go slow like this really forces us to focus back in on what the roll-up is really all about, right? And what we're supposed to be feeling. So come down. Oh boy, inhale back. Still squeezing those inner thighs together and up we go. Ooh. Exhale up to the top. As the arms raise overhead, again, the shoulders are staying down and back. Lowering down with precision, articulating through the spine. Arms come back, rib cage stays down. Legs are still squeezed together. Up we go, last one. All right, team, you're doing a great job. Fighting through it slowly, every point along the way. Oh my goodness, fantastic. We'll never quite see the roll up the same way again, will we? Let's move the towel out of the way if you were using that. We're gonna move right from here into spine twist, another exercise that I don't think gets quite as much credit as it deserves. So before we officially move into spine twist, Real quick, what I want you to do is bring the arms into the sides like this. Draw the shoulders away from the ears as far as they will go. Pinch the shoulder blades together in the back. Lock that in and keep all of those muscles locked as we move the arms up and out into kind of like a T shape here at the top. Pull in, lift up. And every time we lift up, it's kind of like this opposition, this tension, because the arms are moving up, but the shoulder blades are trying to come even further down and squeeze even farther in, okay? So it's not what naturally wants to happen. And it just makes that upper back kind of come on fire here, right? Now, the reason why we're doing this is because this is what we should be feeling the entire time that we're doing spine twist. Whoa, do you feel how much engagement that upper back has? That's what you want to feel, again, the entire time through the whole range of motion. So because of that, usually we do spine twist with the palms down, but I think it's easier to remember what we're supposed to be feeling when the palms are up. So we're going to try it that way today. Okay, so recentering on the mat. Sitting up nice and tall. Just like for roll-up, inner thighs are squeezed tight together. We are engaging those hip adductors. Come to your W, come to your T. Wow, upper back is already tired and we haven't even started. Inhale, prepare. Exhale and begin to twist toward me. Now come to your natural boundary of tension where your body wants to stop, and I want you to assess here. Is your head centered in the middle of your chest? In other words, we shouldn't be here, right? The neck only turns as much as the rest of the spine. Inhale, center. Exhale, move to the other side. Pause here and assess your arms. So what we don't want to see is the arms over rotating. So get all of that back into line. Inhale, center. Exhale, side. Arms are just along for the ride. They do not rotate on their own, only where the spine takes them. Inhale, center. Exhale, side. Are the shoulders still down and back? You still have that strong, engaged upper back? Ooh, there we go. Exhale. Moving to the side. Fantastic job. Now I want you to pause here and assess your legs. Are the inner thighs still squeezed? Has one foot kind of slid past the other at all? That would indicate that the hips are moving. Try to correct that. Hold the feet so that nothing's sliding past. Inhale, center. Exhale, side. We're going to try just a couple more of these and a nice fluid flow. But everything is working. Lower body is engaged. Upper body is absolutely engaged. You've got this. Last one. We come to the side. Exhale. Into the center, and you can finally drop those arms down, shake them out a little bit. Wow, that's what spine twist is supposed to feel like. And this is so valuable for me because these are exercises that I know I find myself tuning out with, not really thinking about every little element. So being able to just come back to the basics, right? Remastering what I've already learned, but seeing it in a new light is so valuable. Moving into rolling like a ball. Now for this one, we're going to round the back, tuck the tailbone under, place the hands right here on the shins, and check and make sure that the spine is shaped like a ball, okay? Or like the bottom of a rocking horse. We come down, up and hold, just kind of getting our way into this, warming into it a little bit. Now one more here, and there's a couple things that I want us to think about. So before we do any more, assess where your shoulders are. Now, I've noticed mine ever so slightly have crept up. All right, not a whole lot, but I'm noticing it for myself. My shoulders no longer feel down and back. So I'm gonna reset the shoulders, retract those scapula, but keep my spine rounded. That's really hard to do. Try it again, down, up and hold, and this time my shoulders stayed where they needed to stay. I'll try one more time. Up and hold. Okay, now this gets really tough here. I'm going to place my elbows right kind of on top and slightly behind my knees. Okay, so elbows to knees or slightly behind the knees. And I'm going to try to keep my body locked into this position the whole time. This is really challenging, but let's see if we can do this. Come down, up, Oh, and hold. Close, but not quite for me. I don't know about you. We're gonna try a couple more like this. Elbows to knees, down. Oh, up. Wow. And again, down and up. Definitely a lot harder. So take a moment and notice what was different, right? When you tried elbows to knees, it was like we thought we were staying in one position and not moving, but obviously we must have been. And this forced us to stay locked in, and it felt totally different. I know that my abdominals, especially the scooping muscles, were working like twice as hard when I did elbows to knees. So now I'm gonna come back to regular rolling like a ball, just 2 of these. And even though my elbows aren't on my knees, I want to emulate what that felt like. Okay, so here we go. Set the position. Everything is locked and tight. Imagine my elbows are on my knees. I can't move, and I'm coming up. Oh, wow, that felt a lot different. One more. Down, scooping extra hard, and up. Okay, so in the future, I think I'll look at rolling like a ball a little differently, right? Even if I'm just doing rolling like a ball, there are things I can think about. I can make it even more precise. Okay, so next up, we have single leg stretch. This is again, one that for me tends to get, I won't say sloppy, but just I'm not thinking as much about it as I could be. So we're gonna move into the ab prep position with one knee in, one leg out. One hand on the inside of the knee, the other hand on the outside of the ankle. And we switch, 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 switch. Okay, so this is single leg stretch, not too bad. Now what I want us to do is bring the head down. So lower out of ab prep. And we're gonna go like double time. Okay, we're gonna go fast, but the rule is still that we cannot move the hips. And we can't roll from side to side. So we have to maintain control even when we pick up the pace. Notice what's different, notice what's working maybe differently than it typically does, okay? So tabletop position, one leg forward, one leg back. Inhale, prepare, and nice and quick. All right. Wow, that was kind of crazy. Never done it at that speed before, but I had to be so much more present and focused. So let's now try regular speed, but keep that same precision and focus and strength, girdle of strength that we had when we were doing it fast, okay? So still with the head down, not in the ab prep yet. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, switch. And hold. Definitely felt different, even though I was doing it regular pace. Okay, now earlier on in the class, we did an ab prep. And so we're going to combine that ab prep, okay, where we lifted a little bit higher, we were extra focused on not allowing the belly to expand, and combine that with the single leg stretch that we just perfected right here. All right, so tabletop here, move up into the ab prep. Remember, we're fighting for a little bit of extra height. As we move up, the belly is coming down, not up, if possible. One leg in, one leg out, and with that really precise control, we switch. 2 more, and hold here. Nice job. All right, different type of single leg stretch than I know I'm used to doing. All right, let's flip on over, and we just have 2 more exercises that we're gonna try for this workout. One is the breaststroke, and the other is bird dog, okay? So for breaststroke, before we come down to the belly, I just want to remind us one more time of what breaststroke is supposed to feel like for the upper back. Very similar to the WT thing that we did. This time, we're going to go W to a Y shape. Okay, same idea though, as we're lifting up, shoulders are coming down, and as we bring the arms down, we're not just kind of letting them passively float down, we're imagining that we're pulling something heavy so that they stay engaged the whole time. We come up, down, up, down. Do you feel those shoulder blades? Do you feel the upper back squeezing hard? All right, now that's what I want you to feel on breaststroke. All right, so let's do it. Flipping over to the belly. You're gonna bring the legs about mat width apart, scoop, and do a little bit of a pelvic tilt here for the imprint. Okay, eyes looking down at the mat. Inhale, prepare. Exhale and engage those upper back muscles to slide the shoulders down, pinch the shoulder blades together. Float the arms up to the shoulders. All right, and now this is just like going from W to Y. So right now this is W, and we're going to extend the arms out to the Y, but it's gonna be a lot more challenging at this angle here. Turn the palms out, pull something heavy back to your sides, come back to W. You still have something heavy that you're pulling in, and inhale. Come up to Y, exhale around, W, inhale Y, exhale around, reset the arms, inhale, exhale. Now a little bit of a challenge, we're going to come forward, inhale to that Y shape and hold, and I want you to assess whether you can see your arms, okay? Ideally you shouldn't be able to, they should be lifted right up by your ears, so that if anything, you're seeing maybe a little bit out of your peripheral vision, but it's not like here. You're not seeing your arms really clearly. Okay, come around. We're gonna try 2 more, keeping that in mind. From the W to the Y, arms out of your sight. Exhale around. W, Y, and exhale. Beautiful job. Moving up to all fours. Final exercise of the day. This is bird dog. And for this one, I think that for me, what tends to happen is I'm kind of moving through it and I'm trying to kind of stabilize my hips, but I notice that there's a little bit of movement. Every time I lift one leg, my weight redistributes slightly to the other side, and so on and so forth. Of course, I'm exaggerating here, but it does feel like there's this slight little shift. So what I'd like us to do is come on down to the forearms. So the upper body is really stable. It has a nice strong base of support. And then one leg at a time is going to lift back, just as if we were doing bird dog. And as you come in, I want you to go really slow on that switch over. And try, if you can, not to let there be any change or movement through the hips. Takes a lot of core strength to make that happen on that little changeover piece. Coming in, scooping hard. Ooh, no change. Let's try one more. Coming in. And back. And in. Now we're going to take that same feeling, add it in with the upper body. Same idea though, as we change, there's no movement through the hips. All right, so starting with the leg that's closest to me and the opposite arm, we lift, we pull back in, and we're mindful of the changeover here, not just for the lower body, but the upper body as well. Whew. I don't think that one was perfect on my part. We're gonna try it again though. Come on in. Change over, scoop hard. I think that one was better, slightly. Just kind of assess for you how this is feeling. Switching over. I don't know about you, I'm feeling a little shaky. This is really tough. And we've already worked so hard too that these muscles are already a little fatigued. Coming in. We're just gonna try 2 more of these, 1 on each side. We exhale, inhale, switch over, exhale, inhale, and down. Sink back into your shell stretch. Amazing work. Great job. Take a few deep breaths here and just enjoy the feeling of being done. Let all the hard work that you did today kind of absorb into the body. Go ahead and lift up to all fours. Team, you did a fantastic job. I hope that you walk away from today with kind of a new appreciation for the basics, and that these exercises, when they come around in other workouts, that you have some things to think about. You're able to kind of see them from a new perspective and incorporate some other levels of precision that maybe you didn't have before. All right, take care. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye.